All right, we're going to talk about the DCEU movies, and you're going to put in the comments how you ranked them. Did you like them? Because we have to talk about them, so we're making you comment. Comment right now. Did you like DC movies? This is a call to action. Not last video. All right, welcome back to Dukes. I'm here. We're going to talk about the death of DC movies. They're dead. They're all done. Aquaman's out. It's gone. Done. I killed it.
The original set of DC
The past 10 years, the DC Extended Universe.
AKA the DCEU.
Which was never officially titled.
That was just, fans called it that.
Fans called it that. The
Okay.
studio never, for the past decade, have never given it a title.
What was their name for it?
So we're going to go through what happened. What happened with these movies, these DC movies, this, all of the Iron Mans, all of them DC characters.
Did anything happen? That's the real question.
A lot of things happened.
I don't know.
We got chapters of these parts, and I logged it. I went through each one and meticulous, and I was like, hey, how'd this happen?
Awesome.
And you want to know how it happened?
Tell us.
We're going to go part one. Part one, a bright rush start with Man of Steel from 2013. You see Man of Steel?
I have.
Do you like it?
Nope.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It's Superman,
He can jump, apparently, and that's how he can fly.
but then he also flies.
Yeah.
Isn't
I don't know. That
isn't
movie doesn't make a lot of
cool?
sense. It's got a lot of problems. The internet's torn it apart. That's fine.
I honestly don't remember the movie. It's been so long.
Well, the main thing, which was that a lot of people died.
Yeah, the
Yay.
city fell down.
Oh yeah, that was a.
And Superman's not supposed to kill people.
Yeah, and he snaps the guy's neck that we saw in the clip. That was the first. That is their Iron Man. Their Iron Man is the Man of Steel. That's what started off. That's what what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a
Okay.
big old Superman. We're gonna call him the Man of Steel.
Did it do well?
Yeah, it did fine.
Okay,
Made enough for the rest of them.
that is fair.
It was the start. Yeah, I
didn't end
imagine
there.
it would have been a dark universe situation had it not done well at the box office.
Which then leads us to our next movie.
Why did you say that name?
It's his mother's name. It's his mother's name.
The next movie is Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, 2016. Ooh, took him 3 years to make this thing.
I think I saw Despicable Me, whichever one was out at that time,
Probably-
instead of this movie.
How was
Probably
that
the-
the second movie? That was the second one in the universe.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of the thing with these is they wanted to just skip to the end.
Yeah, I was gonna
They
say
wanted to just immediately do their Avengers.
They introduced Ben Affleck Batman. That's why part one. It's a rushed but bright start, kind of. It's
Whoa.
very rushed. Rushed is first. So they introduced Batman and Wonder Woman in that movie.
Yeah.
And the rest of the Justice League, technically.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all in there.
And Lex Luthor.
What? So much was happening.
Yep. And they
So
killed...
you've got like 5 new characters in this movie that are
Well-
supposed to be big characters.
So it's more of like... So Lex Luthor knows about the Justice League, and that's how Batman finds out about the Justice League to recruit them in the next Justice League movie. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense.
I accept that.
Okay.
They also rushed the Superman... They kill Superman in that movie.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
They give him a big old stab. Doomsday stabs him.
Right.
Which is made from General Zod's body.
Were they trying to do the Death of Superman comic line? Or
Yes.
did they just shoehorn that in at the end?
They
as
shoehorn
do?
it in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And they wish it away in the next movie.
I thought
Justice
so.
League.
I thought that's how
Yeah.
that went.
This movie did fine. This movie actually made a lot of money. Because they rushed this movie a lot, too, even though it came out so late. Because this came out like a couple months before Captain America versus Iron Man.
Yeah, I remember this one being controversial. Like, some fans liked it. Some fans did not like it. The critics seemed to not like it.
That's for
But
a lot of these.
Most of the critics didn't like most of these, but the fans were divided
The Zack
on
Snyder
this one.
dudes. The Zack Snyder dudes are united.
Yeah, they got the...
They just like the fact that it was the fight scenes with Batman and Superman. But other than that, it was just a boring movie.
Now, Zack Snyder's got some ride or dies. He's got a lot of ride or dies.
He's got a fan base going on.
Yeah, not a fan.
Which are the
not one of those
exact
people.
opposite of like his views. If you've ever heard like an interview with him too, because it's all these like Chad guys that love it, but Zack Snyder's like himself's just not a Chad guy. He's like, I don't get why they like me, but like I like praise.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Like watch my stuff. Please watch Rebel Moon. It's a very much like the Avengers: Age of Ultron of DC.
It's
As in,
Okay,
it
I got
introduces a
you.
bunch of stuff. A lot of things happen. It's very clunky, but it just moves the ship forward in like what should be like 3 other movies.
Okay, so it's a jumping off point, but the jumping off point isn't very stable, and if you're on it, you should probably get off pretty quick, like those blocks in Mario.
Yes.
If you stand too long, they'll fall.
Yes. And there's a couple interesting things like which Avengers 2 actually had the same thing because Man of Steel could like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So in this movie, they like where they fight Doomsday on the little island where Superman gets stabbed by the big spear thing.
Yeah.
So like they take him to like a remote island that's inhabited, so they can like blow it up like without like people thinking, oh, we killed so many people. You can't kill that many people.
That's the whole point of Civil War.
It is that true. But in the end of Avengers 2, they also bring in like the helicarriers with Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like we're not killing people when the big meteor comes back down.
Right.
Yeah. So that's all
They
from
made an
Man of
attempt to
Steel.
get people-
That's all
okay.
from Man of Steel.
Gotcha.
The next movie that same year was The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide
Or
Squad.
just Suicide Squad.
I was gonna say,
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Suicide Squad 2016. Blaine, you
I've
love this
seen it.
movie.
love
It's
it.
your
No,
favorite.
I don't think I could
You
say I
kissed it.
love it. No, I caressed it maybe a little bit.
Little smooch.
I was like,
Little smooch.
but nothing more than that.
Jared
was-
Leto.
No,
Little Jared Leto Joker.
no, he's the worst part of that whole movie.
Have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
What do you think? It's your favorite.
I
don't like this movie.
it's there.
He's just like,
It is there. It's just very boring. I don't think Jared Leto's the worst part. He's not good,
No.
but he's also got like 5 minutes of screen time.
It's really just Harley Quinn becomes popular. That's about it.
yeah,
That's
the
all this
only
movie
thing
really
that
does.
came out of that movie. She got her
But
own
it did
movie.
well though. Like financially, it did well. So
Yeah.
like we're still in like the early age of DC where like things are doing well.
I remember a
I
lot
feel
of
like it had
my friends
its
liking
fans
it.
at the time.
Yeah,
that
I
it came
remember
out, and
people
it's looked
liking it.
back on. It's
And-
looked back on more negatively.
Well, and also the director, what is his name? His name's David Ayer.
Yeah, he did Fury.
Well, so he also had studio issues with the movie.
Yeah.
And he wants to release his Suicide Squad
The
Ayer
Ayer-
cut.
the Ayer cut,
Ayer
yeah.
cut. It's like,
Yeah, we don't need any more
I don't know,
cuts,
whatever, man.
You
give
failed.
it to me. I want
Whatever.
it. All right, now we're going into the last movie of part 1, the Bright but Rush start, the Rush but Bright start, Wonder Woman.
I am a spy! I'm a spy. I'm a spy.
We also Wonder Woman. Did we all see that together?
I think so. I don't know if he was there.
I don't
I
think I
remember
saw
you
it.
were there because
No.
you were mad.
Yeah.
I saw this like after it came out.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 1. It's just Captain America 1. It made a lot of money. I could be wrong. I think Wonder Woman. It's not the highest grossing one, but it made like maybe the most like domestically in the United States. If that makes sense.
It was the highest critically rated until Aquaman?
That would blow my mind. But
Or
okay.
like it still is.
Aquaman's the one that made the most money.
Okay. Is this one
Okay.
still the highest rated by critics still?
Probably.
Okay.
I
That
can
would
see
make sense.
Yeah,
I thought the villain was weak.
It is.
it is. Yeah,
I had no problem. The
You didn't like-
character of Wonder Woman was cool and all. The villain was weak, and
what was the villain?
It was
Remus Lupin,
It was mysterious
Oh.
mustache man.
and he was Ares.
He was
right?
like Ares, the god of war.
yeah,
Ah.
and he's basically on
And
her
he-
side the whole time, and at the end he goes, "Haha! I was doing all the stuff, and you didn't know
he's
it."
like, I'm gonna put on a big metal suit. Look at
yeah, it didn't look very good.
Big gray metal suit. Look at
I don't
that.
know. I know
I kinda
people are gonna
remember
get
that.
so mad at me for saying that, but I don't know. It's fine. It's still fine.
It's fine. I think it's a fine movie.
It was
That's
fine.
why we're in the good times. It's the good times.
This is such a
Boy,
sad.
what
good
just
times.
a middling good time.
This is the peak.
Yep.
What we just saw is the peak of this universe.
God.
So what is
now-
next for the universe?
Next, we're in the next age. And the first movie for the warning signs is Justice League
Oh boy.
from 2017,
That
Production issues.
also known as Justice League.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder was making this movie, but then he left because of studio interference, and then his daughter
It was the two
died.
things.
It
I
was
knew the
a combination
second thing.
of the
I didn't
two.
know I didn't know he left before that though.
I think he was already having issues, and then that.
And they were trying to work out a deal.
No, I don't even know if they were trying to work out a deal. I think he was already having issues. He wasn't happy. Then that happened, and then it was just like probably like the needle that broke, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. No, this movie.
Did he
is-
ever come back to production?
We'll get there,
We'll
buddy.
get there.
We'll get there.
We're
Okay.
getting
yeah,
there.
Okay.
So he left halfway through the movie making.
yeah.
And then they brought in Joss Whedon, famously for Avengers 1 and 2.
And Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And Buffy the
Cabin in the Woods.
And what's that show he does?
Firefly.
Yeah, I've heard, isn't that good?
People
Yeah,
love-
it's got a big
Got a
cult
big
following.
cult following, yeah.
So Joss Whedon came in, did some reshoots. Famously, the big meme of the movie was Henry Cavill's CGI mustache.
It's really
If
bad.
you remember, yeah.
It's rough.
It
man.
is. It's really bad.
Yeah.
In this movie, I mean, it technically was profitable, but it made less money than like a lot of the other previous movies. Like Batman vs Superman made more money than the Justice League.
Yeah, their big film that they were
That'd be
building
like-
up towards.
That'd be like
what
if-
build though? They had two movies.
Exactly.
Right.
They had one movie that went here's Superman, and the other one went you're gonna love Justice League.
They were trying
This
to
is
keep
the
up with
appetizer.
Marvel. They were trying to keep up with Marvel,
But
and
they were
just
too late.
Yeah.
They were too late.
Yep.
So this was kind of like a, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So they released it. And it happened.
I remember it being in that theater and just being like,
You shouldn't feel that way.
This is boring.
I mean, it's the Justice League. And then after this movie came out, we have the next movie, which is
Aquaman?
Aquaman.
Could have just peed on it.
It surprises me that after Justice League that's when you get
The highest grossing movie in the
one.
franchise.
Is it because it just looked fun?
Probably. Everybody likes Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones.
That is
Right.
true. Yeah, I mean, I actually kind of enjoyed. This might be my favorite DC.
Whoa.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's a very low
Same.
bar, but I think this might be my favorite DC movie.
Well, I think he's just such a vibe in it, though. He's loving it.
Right. It's a great time.
I'll never rewatch any of these again, and the ones I haven't seen, I'll probably never watch because they're all super long and bloated as hell.
But gun to your head.
But gun to my head, I'd pick Aquaman because it's the one that I watched that I didn't go. I wasn't going ugh the whole time.
They're doing the big sea battle. It's a big look at that big crab and a seahorse like sorting it or something.
See, that's what
Yeah,
I was
cool,
like. I
yeah.
was like, you get all this CGI slop that was being put on the screen at this time. With Avengers is guilty of it too. Every action movie was guilty
Oh,
of
absolutely.
it. But this one goes, you know what? We're still gonna have that, but we're gonna make it giant crab fights giant
Yeah.
seahorse or something.
And they're gonna shoot a
It's-
volcano at each other.
It's wacky. It's wacky slop. So at least
Yeah.
there's something happening there.
Something to the slop.
Like there's another one that we'll get to later that I was like, hey,
Hey. Shazam. Blaine, it's your favorite.
No. What do I always say? I love Zachary Levi, but I don't like Shazam.
this one I might give a try. I always forget this one is part of it.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you might like it.
Yeah.
This movie, this came out in 2019. It didn't like bomb, but it didn't do super well either. It was just middling.
Yep.
So it's weird that they like spin.
It's weird they made a sequel.
Well, it's not even weird that they made a sequel. It's weird that they're just branching out into this and they're not working on like the other Justice League stuff.
Yeah. Like there's has there been a
Yeah, they haven't.
Martian Manhunter? Has he even been in this?
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the Shazam movie was kind of weird. There was a big controversy at this time too with Henry Cavill as Superman.
Why?
Because the studio didn't like Henry Cavill for some reason. Which
Yeah, why?
I think
He looks like Superman. He's not the problem.
So
You
my-
got other problems.
So my theory,
he's not the
So
one
many
guy.
other issues.
my theory is that I think behind the scenes, Henry Cavill was doing things that he was doing in The Witcher, and he was saying like, "Hey, this kind
This
of
is bad.
This
We
is
should
bad,
fix it."
and it sucks." And they're like, "You don't know what you're talking about, so we're gonna fire you." And
Uh-oh.
so they kind of didn't. I don't know if they didn't renew his contract or what. So like, I think that's why all the Justice League stuff was probably on hold at the time too,
Yeah.
because he wasn't really in anything besides like Man of Steel and Justice League and then the Snyder Cut. But the main thing about Shazam, because I mean it's just the Shazam movie, it's fine, whatever. But the end of the movie, spoiler or not spoiler, if you see the movie, it doesn't affect the movie at
care.
all. So like Shazam, he's at like a school and he's like this kid who's getting bullied, like he's getting lunch with him, but he's a cool kid, look, he's friends with Shazam, and then Shazam's like, "Hey, I brought a friend with me, and it's Superman." And Superman walks out with like a lunch tray, but it's only like from the neck down.
Yeah. I remember
because it was
ending like
supposed
that.
to be Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
but it just was a head. Or not, it was just
Headless.
everything
It
but
was
the
just
head.
No head.
Apparently, it was the stunt double who did for Henry Cavill. So it was the same build and everything, and it's the same suit. I mean, you're supposed to think it's Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
and then the kid's just like, oh, and then it just cuts to credits, and it's like the biggest blue balls in like like a cameo history.
I don't know. I feel like it gets worse with Black Adam.
Oh, it
We'll
does.
get
We're gonna
there.
get there.
That one's bad,
That
man.
one's bad.
I forgot about that one again.
Yeah.
So,
We're talking about all the DC movies the other day, and we all forgot Black Adam existed, even though we did
all
an
went-
old-ass
yeah.
podcast on it.
Get ready. So now we're in part 3. So part 3 is called The Beginning of the End 2020 to 2021.
Oop.
And it's going to start off with February of 2020 with Birds of Prey.
Oh.
But also, if we're going to talk about the original title of the movie that they changed when the movie started to bomb, it is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
How would they
How
think
beautiful.
that would help the movie?
You
You put Harley Quinn at the end of a stupid long title, so on websites and stuff, it's still going to show up as Birds of Prey and the
Yeah.
And even the new title, it's just called Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Like they should have just called it like Harley Quinn and Friends or something. That would have made
Or
more
just
money.
Harley
Yeah,
Quinn.
yes.
Just leave it at Harley Quinn.
The Harley Quinn
Harley
movie.
Quinn and the ladies.
You don't need anything. Just Harley Quinn. Stop adding shit.
And she's like the only one in that movie.
This is for marketing purposes. They are the Birds of Prey, and that would have been good to call it if they had built this up in some logical way.
Right, they didn't.
But they didn't. They just went, here's this now. Do they allude to this in any previous movie?
No.
No.
And they don't go from anywhere after this movie there. Because
Yeah.
they have like the Huntress and the Black Canary. And like, because like they're, the Birds of Prey, all the ladies team up and they stop Ewan McGregor. Yeah, he's the bad guy.
No.
He is.
I forgot about
No.
that.
I haven't seen it. That doesn't work.
I fell
I'm
asleep
sorry.
during this movie. I've never finished it. I made it 3/4 through the movie and never got to the end.
I think this is the first DC movie I saw. Because like, yeah, I mean, like superhero movies.
This is
I mean,
the
they're
first
gonna-
one you saw?
No. Like that I saw where I was like, ooh.
Really? It took you this long?
I mean, like I knew
gonna say, that was
the other
every
ones
movie.
weren't like peak before that, but I was always kind of like, I mean, like Aquaman's good, like Shazam, it's good. But I'm watching this, I'm kind of like, this is like CW stuff, man.
Oh.
But they want it to be like in the DCEU, not
Yeah.
official title DCEU, like. Because I mean, I was watching clips preparing for this video, and man, it is rougher than I remember.
It's so slow
It's not
and
even
it's,
that it's-
boring and it's crap. There's no plot to it.
It's poorly. It just feels poor. Like no
What
one
year
cared.
was this?
2020.
2020.
But it was right before COVID.
Right before
so,
COVID.
So even though like a month in, like all the theaters shut down, this should have made money in February.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, it should have.
At least
yeah,
United
'cause
States.
I
'Cause
gotta-
I'm not sure when everybody else started shut down, but United States it was beginning
March-ish.
middle of March.
Yeah, because I remember
Rough.
seeing it. I actually bought it. I don't know why I bought it, but I bought it and it was right before COVID, so it would have been out of theaters by that point.
All right, we're done
Next.
dogging on it. Now we're gonna dog on the next thing.
Okay.
Now, so HBO Max, now known as Max.
Stupid. Just stupid.
So since they partner with Warner Bros. And a lot of movie or like Disney Plus was doing like Pixar, released things or whatever. So now we're at the point of where the next couple DC movies were same day streaming as long as coming out in theaters.
Primetime COVID.
Yes. So in 2020, we had Wonder Woman 1984. Another prequel technically, but it's after the first Wonder Woman.
A midquel?
A midquel. And that's the perfect way to say it because it's not good.
Is it mid or is it bad?
It's probably bad.
I was gonna say
It's
I
probably
heard
really
it's
bad.
bad. Most people haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's not.
From the
Pedro Pascal's in
rumblings, from the rumblings that have reached my feet, everybody seems to not like this one.
Well, and the thing too is like, at least like in some of the other bad DC movies, it's like, well, maybe I need to go see Aquaman to go see what's going to happen for the next Justice League. It's like, well,
I don't think so.
but you're right.
They've trained me not to do that.
You're right. But at the same time, though, every Wonder Woman movie, both these movies are prequels. So what is drawing me to go see the next thing or not worry about not missing a thing for a prequel?
None of these are like they try to set stuff up that never pays off. It doesn't feel like there's been a step forward since. I mean, they took a step forward from Man of Steel to Batman vs Superman, just because they added more people,
And it went bigger.
and then they just did that same thing.
Then they pooped their diaper.
But it wasn't even like a mass of people. Like Avengers kept getting more and more and more people. It was just the same ones.
It's because they didn't
They didn't
take any
add in
time to
Green
establish
Lantern.
anything.
You know,
well, get ready
it's
for
all
this.
messed up. It's all backwards.
Now we're going to get into the next big one,
Okay.
which is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Not impressed.
So the most tweeted about movie of all time on Twitter was the Snyder Cut, even though it wasn't a movie. So Warner Bros. Is like, man, we really hate this Zack Snyder guy, and Henry Cavill, for some reason, he told us we suck. So
Why are they successful and we aren't? Damn it!
But we need one, content for our streaming service, and two, something for people to do since we can't do anything outside because of COVID.
Yes.
So they went, all right, Zack Snyder, you can make your version of the Justice League.
And they already had this filmed, and you
Majority
can
of
do a
it.
cooperative post-production workflow remotely.
They did a
So
couple
it's
of
easier.
reshoots, but yes. But majority of it they had. So they released the about 4 hours of the Snyder Cut on streaming.
Too long.
In a 4:3 ratio.
Ooh.
In
Art. This is art film.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was okay. Not the ratioing of, but like the actual movie.
From what I saw, I didn't actually watch it, but it felt the same.
Yeah,
It's
they
the same.
They
thing.
changed.
They just added
They
2
changed
more
something.
hours.
Well, they changed some of the story beats. Like Superman gets a black suit instead of a red and blue suit. or
Oh
something
my
like that.
gosh.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Worth the extra 2
It
hours.
was still boring.
In the reshoots, they bring in Martian Manhunter.
But it's too. Why would they do that? It's not like it's not. You're not even going to
And-
continue the
Well, you
story.
wanna
I
know the
don't
best-
understand.
We know the
point.
best part. He's not even in the movie. He's at the end of the movie. Like, so they defeat Steppenwolf, which is like Darkseid's lackey.
So they do a post-credit scene with him?
No,
Okay.
it's at the end of the movie, and like Batman's just like, man, I'm at my Batman, like beach house or whatever, was walking around.
And I'm Ben Affleck, and I hate this job.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna start my drinking problem again. And then, and Martian Manhunter flies down, and Batman's like, "Oh, who are you?" He's like, "I'm Martian Manhunter. I'm here to help. Give me a call." And he flies away.
See
Oh
you
my
never.
That's it.
God.
See you again.
He's in
never.
another scene earlier, but it has nothing to do with the plot. Really, it's with Lois Lane.
Why?
But then they did do a post credit scene, and they do like a Injustice, where like Superman becomes crazy and takes over the world or whatever.
Yeah.
So they do that live action like as like a dream sequence or something for some reason, and it's got like Batman and it's got Jared Leto's Joker and like a couple other characters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know how to describe it, but you don't need to watch the whole movie. You should just watch that scene because you're gonna be like, what is happening? Because Batman's like, I'm gonna kill you, Joker. So that came out, and I don't know if it did well or not. Some people say it did amazing. Some people said it did
You
terrible.
can't tell on streaming.
You just can't.
You
believe
cannot
anything.
tell. Did that play in theaters?
No, that is exclusive streaming. And then we have the next movie that came out later this year, which is The Suicide Squad.
And your mom, where is she now?
Everywhere.
From Mr. James Gunn.
It was okay.
Yes.
It's got the big starfish. That's the thing I was talking about. I was like,
Yeah,
hey,
Starro. Yeah.
I
big
recognize it
starfish guy.
as one of the probably the best DC movie. It's just not my style of movie.
Long story short, James Gunn did some other movies like Superhero with like Dwight from The Office and like Slither, some of his other little cult classic movies.
Yeah.
And then he made a little movie called Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's a little.
Just a little
He
teeny.
wrote the Scooby-Doos.
He did write the Scooby-Doos. He wants to make a third one that's R-rated.
Do it. Make
Yeah.
it super sexy.
Are they going to switch bodies again?
Huh?
Oh,
What?
that was
They
the
switched
second
bodies?
one.
They switched bodies,
In
and
the
also
first
Shaggy
one.
became a girl, and then
Oh,
back, and also
That's in the
buff guy.
second one.
Yeah, because they were throwing
But
potions.
in the first one, they switch bodies.
Is it the first one?
And
It is the first one. You're right.
Because Fred does the.
On Voodoo Island, yeah.
So James Gunn made Guardians of the Galaxy. Then he made Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He was kind of starting to work on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 while they were also working with him to put the Guardians of the Galaxies in Avengers 3 and 4. During that time, James Gunn got fired from Marvel. Technically, Disney fired him, but it was under Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had some tweet stuff come up, and they were like,
No.
Jurassic Park,
Well, it's okay because they went back on it when they realized they could make money.
Exactly. But before they could do that, James Gunn got fired, and DC went, hey, we're kind of dying over here.
Get your butt over here. We don't care what you did.
It was you fill in whatever movie you want, and you can make it. And he was like, well, I want to make a Suicide Squad movie. And they're like, we already have one, but okay. And what do you want to call it?
Did they make him put Harley Quinn in there? Or did he just go, nah, it's a good character?
They pretty much were like, you can grab whatever you want from that movie. So that's why he brought in like Boomerang guy.
Yeah,
and
those
then
were the two fan favorites.
that he killed like in the beginning.
Yeah.
And he brought in like
Javelin.
Javelin guy, like
Flula.
The detachable arm guy, TLDK or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And Pete Davidson, who did all of the marketing for the movie, even though he was in it for only 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic. I think that is
That's the best way to use him.
Yeah. He's like, they were just like, Pete Davidson, do you like working on this movie? He's like, it was such a blast. I had a blast every day on set. He was on set for like probably 3 days.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it for that part. The next part.
Black Adam. We should talk.
Now we're on part 4. The death of the DCEU.
Here we go.
From 2022 to 2023, baby.
Okay.
We're gonna start it off strong. So at the beginning of this time, James Gunn and another guy named Peter Safran.
Okay.
They basically became they got hired on as the Kevin Feige's of DC Studios.
Right.
And they were like, hey, we're kind of dying. Do whatever you want. And they went, okay, we're going to gut everything and we're going to start over. And they went, okay, but we've got like 4 movies we've already filmed and we should release them. And they went, okay. So we're going to start off with Black Adam.
I forgot it again. I forgot it.
It's back.
So a lot of these
lame.
movies. So a lot of these.
It's just so lame.
So the rest of these movies.
It's The Rock. It's awesome.
So James Gunn, even though he was in charge, they've already made these. So he's like, well, we can't do anything about this. So they just got to just chug it along.
Yep.
So The Rock, believe it or not, was cast as Black Adam before Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Iron Man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, that is how long it has taken the Black Adam movie to go.
Because they didn't have any. You can't do Black Adam without Shazam. Yet they somehow still did. After a Shazam movie came out, they somehow still did that.
He literally has to say Shazam to become Black Adam.
Yeah.
It is wild.
Also, he's a bad guy.
Well, since they didn't have their Kevin Feige, and before James Gunn got hired, The Rock was like, we're making this movie, and we're going to do it however I want. So The Rock was pretty much like bullying DC into like making the Black Adam movie however he wanted, to like build the DC universe around Black Adam.
Yep.
And he's like, and he told the executives like, hey, get Henry Cavill to do the end credit scene. So they bring back Henry Cavill, full Superman suit, to do the end credit scene. Ridiculous. Wild.
Crazy.
Who would have thought of a thing?
I want to talk to you, Black Adam.
And they play the John Williams theme too, just to like sprinkle the extra Supermanness on it, even though it's not his theme.
Right.
So yeah.
We don't know what we're doing over here.
I do. I'm The Rock. I'm going to go burn down another franchise. So I want to talk about one more thing about Black Adam.
Okay.
So they did the whole Henry Cavill thing, and Black Adam, or not Black Adam, The Rock. They're the same guy. It's literally just The Rock with powers. Who knows?
He only plays The Rock.
He does. So I think he hyped up Henry Cavill like, hey, we are so back. I'm going to be in I'm going to be the Justice League, and you can stand next to me, Henry Cavill. He's like, wow, that sounds so cool. I'm so in. So on social media, Henry Cavill, after the movie came out and everybody was talking about the end credit scene, he was like, he made it like a video, and he was like, hey, everybody, it's true. I'm back as Superman. I am so excited. I've waited for this for so long. I'm really hating on The Witcher right now, and I think it's my time to shine as Superman again.
I've lost my current job. Somebody help.
And then James Gunn was kind of like, hey, we're not doing this. So then Henry Cavill came out and be like, well,
Sorry.
everybody, I'm not Superman again. Which is crazy. It is crazy. That
was
whole,
a wild time.
That whole month and a half of Black Adam is crazy.
Yeah.
But then it gets even crazier, though, with the next movie, Shazam. Fury of the Gods.
Oh, that didn't
2023.
do well. That did not do well.
It did have the lowest opening out of any DC movie. I don't think it's still the lowest because they've had some other stinkers this year. But man,
It's all The Rock's fault.
this
Isn't
movie
that,
is.
isn't that what
Yeah.
Zachary Levi said?
Well, it's crazy.
yeah.
He literally
I think
came
he
out
did.
and
'Cause
like, it
it's-
failed
it's
because
the-
of The Rock.
I think, and then The Rock was Black Adam bombed, and they was just like, "Don't go see Shazam."
Well, not only that, like they didn't do any. Like he was just like, he's like, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
yeah. You literally just
So there was a Shazam movie. 2 years later, there was the Black Adam movie, and then less than half
6
a year
months
later,
later?
there's the Shazam sequel. No reference, no end credit scene, nothing to Black Adam.
Wild.
Nothing.
Absolutely unhinged filmmaking over here.
What
Oh.
the heck?
That's a bit rude.
Yeah.
That's a bit rude from
Yeah.
The Rock.
He's proved he's such a good guy and really cares about filmmaking.
Hey, The Rock currently has 3 things going for him right now. You want to hear it?
Family.
What, a liquor business?
No, that's
a
not even
credit
one of 3.
card. He's trying to
He
like.
signed on for an A24 movie.
Okay.
He is back in Fast and the Furious,
Okay.
and he's making live action Moana.
But he's like shilling some credit card thing. Have you seen that?
No.
He's like going on talk shows saying how you should sign up for his credit card. Wild. Just absolutely wild.
He actually did get dogged recently with Oprah because they did an Instagram video after the whole Hawaii fire thing saying like,
Okay.
hey, you guys should like donate money to this. And like the internet kind of turned on and be like, you are both worth like $40 billion. Maybe you could give some of your money to the Hawaiian people. And then The Rock made another In-N-Out burger video. Look up The Rock trying In-N-Out burger.
Just
for the
drink my
first time.
Zoa energy drink. We'll donate 0.01% of the profits.
The Rock has tried In-N-Out burger 4 times, and in all the videos, he's never eaten it.
Huh?
Haven't I told you this?
No, what is this?
First time eating in and out
Once
4
every
times.
couple years, The Rock will post a video on social media. He did it like last week as of recording. So like December, January of 24, 23.
Okay.
And he'll be like, he pulls up, he like vlogs himself going to an In-N-Out burger. Like he's like, I'm The Rock. Look at me, I'm going to eat In-N-Out burger.
Okay.
I love American In-N-Out burger. And he's like, look at, you want to, and then he gets it and he's like, and I think he might show the wrappers or something. He's like, man, that was delicious. But he never eats it. He's like, I love In-N-Out burger. My first time trying it.
He's an anti-mukbanger.
It's crazy. He's like the most celebrity PR guy. It is crazy. Like he's like an idea of a thing.
I know.
It's
He's not
crazy.
a person.
I always think of him from the Super Bowl. When he just comes out at the Super Bowl, he's like, "Are you ready?" Just a hype man.
He just goes, he's like, can you give me a paper scissors?
He's literally
Rock.
he's a hype beast for his own products, and
Yep.
that's it.
Yeah.
Me.
He
What a
was.
guy.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
This concludes our
Now-
The Rock rant.
From Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Keep all this in Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
Yep.
So then we have the next movie. Bum, bum, bum. But there's no clip for this because this isn't a movie. This is Batgirl.
Oh yeah,
It got
no one
canceled.
has this except the person who plays Batgirl said she has a copy on Blu-ray, and that's the only copy that exists.
Wow.
Leak it.
Leak it.
Waiting for that statute of limitations to run
Because
out.
like it would obviously be her if she leaked it because like they would know and they'd try to sue
Yeah,
her,
that's
right?
probably why she can't do it. So you gotta
But
wait
like
100
let's
years.
say hypothetically. All right, Batgirl. I know you're like one of our 110 subscribers. Person who was never Batgirl.
It's a pretty good number.
Give in the comments. Give us your address.
What?
Now hold on. Now what? Here.
Why? Why do we need that?
Because we can go and rob her house
Oh.
and then we'll take the copy, and then we'll leak the Batgirl movie so she doesn't get in trouble.
I feel like it'd be easier for her to just mail us the disc.
Batgirl, go to your local UPS and mail us the Blu-ray copy of your movie, because that's a lot easier than everything I just said.
Why do we have to rob her house? What is wrong with you?
So it doesn't look like she did it.
There's much easier ways to go about that.
All right, make a copy.
You
Email
can make
us,
a copy of the disc and send it over.
DukesNukesPod@gmail.com. That's cheaper than a stamp and a box.
Then it can be traced.
Yeah, no online shit.
Oh, well, like encrypt it. Is that how that works?
You're the IT. We're all IT guys.
Yeah, but you're more in that area.
Yeah, I mean,
Can
you
I
could do
encrypt
a
the thing?
lot, but at the end of
can
the day,
encrypt
the
it, but-
government's gonna find it.
You can encrypt it, but we
Like
would need to know how to decrypt it.
Big DC's gonna come after us.
Yeah, absolutely. You heard of the Nintendo Ninjas? Oh, dude, if you leak a Nintendo thing, game over.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, your life is
They are
ruined.
finding you and suing you into oblivion.
That's how Disney was back in the day. They still kind of are, but nobody cares about them anymore.
No, they literally call them the Nintendo Ninjas. They will get you.
Well, actually, hold on, Batgirl. That movie was apparently stacked, by the way. It had
Okay.
Michael Keaton Batman.
Oh.
Brendan Fraser played the villain.
Oh.
He played Firefly, which is a Batman Rogue Gallery guy. And they canned it because they thought they would make more money on the tax refund.
David Zaslav. Mm-hmm. He is a businessman with a set of pearly whites that can't be from this earth.
Which is crazy that that's the movie they would pick to can out of all of them. Like, I agree it wouldn't do well, but like, you have Brendan Fraser and Michael Keaton in your movie.
I think it would have done it. I would have. It's got just as good of a chance to do well as
Yeah,
Aquaman
as anything
2.
else.
Or some of our other movies that we're about to talk about.
Right.
Next movie. The Flash.
Yeah. I'm Batman.
which took years to get out.
Years, so much money.
So many
to get out.
years.
And they were getting so close. This movie was supposed to originally come out in like 2015.
That's insane.
Not a joke. So,
Again, aren't you supposed to work up to Flashpoint? It's kind of an intense story.
yes.
Is that what they did? I haven't seen the movie. Or did they just nerf that
It's
story?
Just, I mean, it's just there. It's like raw. It's like Kroger brand Flashpoint.
They use the excuse to just get more people in there.
And also, this movie was like about to come out. Like, man, it was maybe like a year out, and they're like, "Hey, it's actually gonna happen this time." You know.
Right, but then Ezra Miller kept
Screwing
kept
doing.
up.
That's a classic. That's a classic from original
I was gonna say,
Duke Nukes.
original podcast.
What do we hit Ezra Miller with? A chair. A chair. So, and people were like, "Dude, why are they not like recasting him, refilming it?" Like, I'm online and I'm upset.
Yeah, that's just what everyone says.
And then,
online and I'm upset.
and then they released the trailer for it, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is why they didn't can this movie / recast him, because he plays two versions of the same character. He plays two Flashes in the movie, and they have Michael Keaton Batman in it." And everybody's like, "Oh, the trailer looked pretty good."
It looked okay.
No, it looked like crap. I don't know what people are talking about. Who are these people? Why would you think that looked good?
I don't know. I had high expectations. It's a Flashpoint. You can't mess up Flashpoint. They did. They messed up Flashpoint.
They've messed up every movie up to this point.
Well, yeah, but like, I was excited. Yeah, no, it ain't good. I saw it.
Thoughts? I guess you said it ain't good.
One of the main things from the movie actually was that it had really bad CGI, even though they worked on it for like a
That's
decade.
right. Yeah.
And so they like countered that with, well, it's the Speed Force, and the CGI is supposed to look bad,
Genius.
but the rest of the movie CGI also looked bad.
Also the Speed Force.
Also the Speed Force.
That was Albert Einstein's little-known theory. When things go fast, not only does time slow down, they also get lower res.
Oh, really?
Yeah, lower polygon count
Yeah.
Was
in,
that
in light speed.
was that the
It's like
conversation he had
light
with
speed's like
Oppenheimer?
8-bit, so only NES graphics can travel light speed.
So yeah, that was rough. But then they came out with another little low budget movie, only like $100 million movie-ish. Isn't that so cheap?
That's so,
Isn't that so
low
cheap?
budget.
For any of these movies, it kind of is. And that was called Blue Beetle.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about this.
Oh, I forgot how bad it looks.
I've seen worse.
Oh my
I
gosh.
forgot about that.
Man, have you
God, that
ever
movie existed.
have you ever wanted to see a movie with Spider-Man, Venom, and Iron Man mushed into one? That's Blue Beetle for you.
I remember right before that started to come, right before that came out, there was like people on YouTube and stuff saying it's actually pretty good. You should go see it.
It was okay.
It bombed, and I never saw it because I don't listen to you people online. You don't know what you're
I'm
talking
online
about.
and I'm upset.
You don't know what you're talking about.
So yeah,
That's us. Which is fair. That's very fair to say that.
well,
That
no,
is
I'm
also
reading it
true.
off of a computer.
Ah.
So yeah, no, it's like the most standard thing ever, but like it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, it just feels like the Shazam thing, but like worse. Where like it's there, it doesn't connect with anything, and it's like,
What's your reason for existing?
like who greenlit this? He was like, okay, this universe is failing. You know what's gonna really work? Let's bring out the B tiers. Release the B tiers.
I thought you were just gonna say, let's bring out the Beetle.
Yeah, bring out the Beetle.
Bring the Beetle.
And he fights a big red beetle at the end. He fights a big red beetle.
Oh, they're doing that? They're
They did
still
that.
doing
They
that?
did
Or you
that.
just fight a different colored version of
Yes.
yourself?
They did that.
Really?
Big Beetle.
It's very.
He should have fought the Beatles.
Oh, like a music battle?
Yeah, no, I don't know, something where he goes back in time and the Beatles are actually like bad guys or something. They're
I'm
brainwashing people
like-
with their catchy
they're like,
tunes.
hey.
I was just
They're like,
seeing
hey,
like them playing music and like a ray coming from their guitar.
Right. They're in the Get Back. Blue Beetle has to fight them in Peter Jackson's The Get Back sessions.
He's like, hey, we're the bad Beatles.
We gonna get you.
Now we're for the most recent movie. Last most recent movie is Aquaman: Lost Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, I saw it yesterday.
it exists.
And man, does Aquaman's brother eat a cockroach?
Okay,
That's a scene.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the clip that's about to go on your screen. That already happened.
Okay,
Nice.
Man,
how is it as a movie?
it's okay. I don't know. It's a very fitting. It's the last movie in this universe.
This one also had production problems with the.
Yeah, with Miss
Amber Heard.
Yeah, she stepped
Heard
on a bee or
dropped.
something, right? Her dog stepped on
Her
a
dog
bee.
stepped on a bee.
I think it's a fitting ending to this 10 years of DC. It's just right there, ain't it?
Is it
It
just like a
happened.
face plant?
Man, it's a face. It's like it tries and it slips a little bit wet, slips a little bit because it's wet, and
Yeah.
it kind of sticks landing. I mean, it has credits and stuff. I don't know. And I waited for the end credit scene too for this movie because I read in the thing that Ben Affleck was gonna be like, oh, maybe they'll show Batman. He was never in the movie. My movie app lied to me. There was all the reshoots with Amber Heard and everything because everybody got mad at her because her and Johnny Depp like punch each other or whatever. Who cares? All people in Hollywood are trash, in my opinion. And that's. I mean, I don't. Do you have any questions about new Aquaman?
No, I'm.
He has a kid.
Don't care.
Little baby Aquaman. He talks to fish too.
I don't care.
No.
Aqualad?
Well, nah, technically that's not his son.
Well, I don't care then.
Okay.
I wouldn't care either way.
Now,
Anyway,
the end of the
Aqua
death.
don't care.
Now to part 5. Part 5, the shortest part. It's called A Brighter Future.
yay!
So, now that all of the sludge that James Gunn had to put out is out, he's like, man, now we can rebirth.
Like a phoenix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, they're rehauling everything, baby. Apparently most of it. Some people may get recast.
Probably most.
Probably. And they're going to do a new
I hope
Superman
they
movie
don't.
in 2025 called Superman Legacy. I gave a little burp.
Do we know who Superman is yet?
They do, but I don't. They released all the casting stuff for most of the people. I don't know who the person is off the top of my head, but all the casting stuff is apparently. Well, I mean, I've seen it. It's really good. Like
Okay.
everybody's like, nobody has any complaints with like any of the people they've picked so far.
That's. I don't care about that. Just make a good movie.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Casting's part of it, but it's not all of it, clearly, because the cast of these movies is fine.
Yes.
No, none of these movies before controversy was anybody like, no, Henry Cavill not good, super bad cast. Maybe Ben Affleck people were kind of upset about, but even then,
it was more of just
he
like
wasn't the problem.
It was more of just like a why.
Yeah.
Because another movie that it never got made, so I didn't add to this list, is that Ben Affleck was supposed to star and
That's right.
direct his own Batman movie.
Yeah. That became well, they just did the Batman instead.
Yes.
Which is its own thing.
Oh, I was going to say, that's not even part of this.
Neither
No,
is Joker.
So that would be some James Gunn's Elseworld stuff that isn't connected to the new DC continuity. So they're going to continue to make
that was good,
Batman movies that aren't connected, which I think is the smart move. Because
Yeah.
then you've got other stuff like the Joker stuff.
It's
with
almost
Lady
like they
Gaga.
made a good decision bringing James Gunn in.
Yeah,
Sounds like
we
it's
got a
gonna
bright
be
future.
a pretty bright future.
they've got new like cartoons and stuff and animation things and games, and they're going to try to rehaul everything and just give it a good old actual quality content spin on it.
That would be neat.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Yeah, we'll see if that
Any
actually happens.
final comments on the DCEU? That it felt like it just got so much worse as we kept going, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. And we started at a very low bar. we hit the
We
bottom.
started in the middle.
We hit
We
the
started
bottom
at
in
the bottom, and then we started digging.
Yeah, I was gonna say we hit the bottom in like part 2 or 3, and then we just kept digging.
And we didn't even have a shovel, so like my fingers are just all dirty.
We went down to the trenches with Aquaman, man. That was bad.
Yeah, what happened to that spin off the trench?
Dude, no one knows. Hey everybody, if you like the DCEU, or if you didn't, you probably didn't, you should like and subscribe and leave a comment, and then make a new account, subscribe again, leave another like and another comment.
And then we'll comment on your comment, and then comment on your other comment that you
Unless your
commented.
comment sucks.
No, we'll still comment.
Well, comment that your comment sucks.
Yes.